you've literally been the center of player safety and concussion protocol. I would like to know what it's like to live in that space, because you have to be waking up seeing videos over and over, being asked questions repeatedly. How does that feel?
I do understand that with what had happened in Cincinnati, and then prior to that was Buffalo, you know, the incidents that occurred, and they were, you know, within a 4-day time span. You know, guys really were trying to find a way to help, I guess. I'm all for player safety, but when I hear guys saying, like, you know, oh, this is the Tua rule, or this is, you know, a rule because of Tua, you know, I don't want to be known as that. I just want to go out and do good things for my team, help my team win, do whatever I can to, you know, to help support the guys out there on the field, because, you know, we only have a short span of our prime time, if you will.
When you think about some of the things that your parents said to you during that time, their biggest concern, I'm sure, is just the health of our son.
Yeah, that was their biggest concern, you know, prior to the injury, and then things in the hospital, and then after that, and then going through the interview process, going to see second opinion doctors. But, you know, for me, I love football, you know. I just love it. I love the feeling that it brings. I love that football can help change people's lives. Really, I just missed it. Yeah, I just missed it. Missed playing.
I love that you talked about the community kind of rallying around you, that, you know, kids in the neighborhood were bringing over cookies for you, and just describe what it's like to have the support. I mean, you're getting it from players, you're getting it from your community, but some of the things that stood out to you during that time off.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. I came home to, there were like big letters on my door. It said, "Get well soon, Tua." I thought it was really sweet. You know, there were kids that came to the door. They brought like posters and letters. And it's not just the kids and the parents and the families in our community. It was also kids from other areas of the country. Some people aren't even fans of the Dolphins, but just watching and showing how much they cared. It was awesome.
How, if in any way, do you think what you've been through with your health concerns is going to affect how you play this game moving forward?
You know, just thinking of the longevity of me playing, you know, get the ball out. If I'm getting sacked, just fall down, you know, don't try to be the superhero. And that's something that I would say has been wired in me, to try to always make something happen. And, you know, sometimes the smartest play or the best play is just to throw the ball away and just punt the ball.
100%.
Yeah.
You know, guys, my takeaway from being with Tua is that he really does understand the severity of the injury that he sustained. He says he's learned a lot more about concussions from seeking out some of those second opinions, and that it really is going to impact the way that he plays this game moving forward, Coach. And I think that's something that we might be able to look at and see maybe even as soon as tonight.
Yes, I'm curious to see how he does play, because he obviously is very thoughtful. He's concerned about his health. He knows he's got to be out there for his team. But he said it. I'm wired to be a superhero. I'm wired to make those plays. I know what I do best, extending plays. Is he going to be able to rein that in? We'll have to see, Jason.
That was such a great piece and such a great peek at him and his mindset. The thing for me is it's a collaborative effort. As a coach, you have to think about this. In Miami, they have these speed guys. They can make these plays down the field. Make sure when you're throwing the ball down the field, you have enough protectors. If you're using five-man protection and getting everybody out, the ball's got to come out quickly. You got to think about protection first with your quarterback, certainly in Tua's case, as they go forward.
Yeah, and Tua said it, too, in that piece, that, you know, he doesn't want it to be the Tua rule, or he doesn't want to be remembered for this. But the reality is this is a bookmark in the story that is player safety and changing the game for the better in the NFL. What, if anything, do you hope is taken away from Tua's situation, the injury that he sustained, and his process getting back onto the field as we move forward and improve the game?
The game is as safe as it's ever been. The rules that have gone in place in recent years with protection, how you practice, how they call the game. All those things have been great for player safety. The concussion issue has been in the forefront for a long time, Coach. And I think the biggest thing is everyone has to follow the protocols. Get rid of your competitive juices. Think about player safety first. I do think the new protocol is going to help eliminate some of that subjectivity going forward.
No, you're right, Jason. It's been 13 years since I've been in the game, but when I was coaching, we had this come in and we had different protocols come. We just have to follow them. That's the key.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.